I'm the Genius Asian. Welcome to the Genius family. Today I'm going to show you how you can paint and fix your car with the lowest cost. Of course, if you don't fix it, it's zero cost. My lowest price is to pass the inspection, because if you don't fix it, you will not pass the inspection. The lease company will charge you. I'm returning a leased car. They will charge me for scratch and dents. So this is real. Look at the charge I got from the inspection. My goal is to pay the least amount of money. I can either pay the charge or fix myself, but not make it worse. One big problem is the body puncture. Both the leasing company and the body shop want to charge over $600 to fix it. How can you reduce the charge? One simple idea is to remove the front bumper yourself to save on labor costs. Check out that video if you're interested in removing the front bumper. For that option, you can take the bumper to the body shop at this point. But if you want to take a step further, you can go ahead and reshape the panel and fix the puncture. Check out that video if you're interested in fixing auto body puncture. The next step is to paint the panel. If the area is small enough, you can use touch-up paint. However, it's very unlikely the color will match based on the color code, even if the seller guarantees the matching. Or you can use spray paint. So when we paint it, there are 3 layers of coating. One is primer, and second is the paint. The third layer is the clear paint. Which area do you paint? If you just paint the damaged area, it's unlikely to match. You should at least find a clear boundary, such as this one, this big, to paint that. Conventional advice is that spray paint looks better. However, if you don't do a good job, if you messed up, it could be larger than this 2-inch diameter allows. When the unacceptable repair is larger than 2 inch, the lease company will charge us. Whatever you do not make it more than 2 inch in diameter. See, this is under 2 inch too, no charge. So my approach is to experiment the touch-up paint first. If the color doesn't match, I can always remove the paint, change the color, and experiment again. You can always spray paint over the touch-up paint later on. Now let's try the touch-up paint first. First, you get the color code on the door. This is color NAH. That's the color. And then you order the touch-up paint based on the color code. The seller guarantees the color match, but let's see. I got some paint and came with a brush. If you don't have that, you can use paper clip. Okay, just carefully dab this a little bit at a time. Fold the paper towel like this. And use it as a brush. And this is very smooth. See how smooth this is? Dip the paper towel into the paint remover. That's what you do. If it's too much, still not flat, you just try to remove it. See, it's good that you remove this, so now it's flatter. Even though the paint is still pretty dark, I have to find a way to solve that problem. A little bit dark here. Is it dark? A little bit dark. It depends on different angle. This paint is guaranteed, but it's still darker. So I'm going to mix with a white to see whether it works. Make this lighter. First, I'll use a few caps. I pour some paint thinner into one cap. This is a nail, and put some paint in one cap. And get this white paint into another cap. See, just a little bit. And then get a little bit white paint into the right one and mix. It's important to keep track of how many drops of white and how many drops of color. So if it's too dark or too light, you know how to mix for the next experiment. If it's too thick then add paint thinner. So I'm going to see whether it works. The new paint much better. See here, much better, and here is better. The next task is buffing. Since a big buffer doesn't fit in the small front bumper area, big polisher or buffer cannot polish this part. I'm going to show you how to make a small polisher. There's no need to invest in a special buffer or polisher. I want to make a polisher myself. Also, if I make it myself, I'll show my wife all the odds and ends that accumulate in the garage are really not junk. This is a leg from a washing machine. I use some old socks to wrap it like this. I use duct tape to secure it. The socks can be used for rough buffing at the earliest stage. For final stage, you need something softer. This is a packaging foam. You can use this to have a softer buffer. I can also cover the under with the foam. If you don't have something like this washing machine leg, you can try a screwdriver, a bolt, or the hex wrench. Use a rubbing compound to smooth out. So let's try this. This is a bolt. Screwdriver. Softer foam. This is number 3. This is number 2. Yeah, different. This is a buffing.
Okay.
This is a real buffer.
Yep.
Still the color.
P5000.
P5000. There are 3 layers of paint: primer, base, and clear coat. What if you only have scratches on the clear coat, but base coat is not damaged? 3 cheap options: rubbing compound, clear coat pen, clear coat spray paint. For small scratch, use rubbing compound, about $4. For deeper scratch, use the clear coat pen, about $2. For larger areas, use the clear spray paint. What if you have scratches on the clear coat? If it's small scratch, you can use a compound, rubbing compound, to just fix it. See, like less than 1 minute, this small scratch is gone. If you have a much deeper scratch, you can use a clear coat pen to fix it. First, shake this pen for a long time. Second, get the clear coat from this end to this felt tip. To do this, you need to point the tip downward, press and release the tip over many times. Takes many press and release to get the clear coat from this end of the felt tip to this end. When it came out to this paper, that's when you can stop. Apply along the scratch. And when you press down, the more liquid will come out. And gradually, the scratch is disappearing. I'll do some rubbing compound and then wash it. The leasing company want to charge $25 for just this scratch. Okay, I'm trying to fix that scratch. Use the tape so you protect the part. Just spray. Remove the tape. Well, another coating. Then try to use the paint remover to remove the edges to smooth out. See, it does remove. See, it removes pretty nicely. See, this is much better. Hopefully I don't get charged $25. See this. What do you do with a big steep scratch like this? I use sandpaper to sand this scratch, and after painting looks much better. If I don't use sandpaper like this, see here I didn't use the sandpaper. After painting it's pretty obvious the scratch is still there, so I'm going to sand this more and repaint again. And I will show you. So after sandpaper, I'm going to use tape to protect it. See, after this painting, I'm going to carefully remove the tape. You can see there's a very obvious edge here. Easiest is to use chemical remover. See, very easy. You remove it. See? I have a touch-up paint between the two blue arrows. I view from 45 degrees from the top and 45 degrees from the left and 45 degrees from the right. And now see the shadow. Shadow move in is darker and it's lighter when there's no shadow. Okay, so this is the one. I probably add too much white color, a little bit pink, not dark enough. Previous way was pretty dark, but now it's lighter. But it really doesn't matter. You can just remove it if you don't like the color. So see, this is a pretty light with the sun, but if you have a shade, see, this is lighter. Darker. This is darker with a shadow. See, I have a shadow. I removed it with sunlight. It's much lighter in the morning, but now it's a noon time. With the sunlight, it's much lighter. And see, if I don't have a sun, it looks darker. The paint is look darker and give you a little bit of sunlight. The sun's this angle, you don't see it direct sunlight, it's darker. I'm using the mirror to reflect the sun. See? It's pretty easy to remove. You just use a paper to add some paint remover, remove it. See, it's very easy to remove it.
And it's not removing the paint originally on the car?
It's a little bit. That's why you don't want to do a lot. So that's how you do experiment. Otherwise, if you do a card or panel to experiment, it's very hard to see. So I do experiment on the real thing without much damage.
Why didn't you experiment on a part that's not very visible, such as under the wheel rim?
Yeah, I could, but what if it works? I don't have to experiment. So it saved me time to experiment on the real thing. Whatever you do not make it more than 2 inches in diameter. This is acceptable, no charge. See, this is under 2 inches too, no charge. Share this with people who you know that need it. Leave your own genius tips in the comment section below. Don't forget, I'm the Genius Asian. Subscribe for more useful videos.